Okay, welcome to a new music lesson. This one's very fun. Um, so let's begin with a little imagery. Have you ever seen a river?
Never seen a river,
Yeah.
like an actual river.
Yep. Just like one
Yes,
Pop Them, right? Racket River.
yes,
Good.
yes.
And what does a river do? Does it flow or does it stay still?
Those.
It flows. Good. There's never it's not like I don't know what like lakes stay still. I don't know what
Yeah, they do.
lake that stays still, right? But rivers are always continuously flowing. Even if you imagine Racket River, the part where it has like a giant waterfall, even on the other side, it's
Hmm.
always still flowing a little, right? So it's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
moving. It's always moving. And so let's just imagine like we walk down to Racket River like we used to, and like what does the river make you feel when we would just sit down at the river?
calm.
Yeah, good. Makes me feel calm too. And I always remember feeling every time I go to the river how much more wind there is because of the movement.
Hmm.
There's so much motion going on when
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms of wind and in terms of the just the river moving. So I am going to introduce a piece of music that can be imagined as a river flowing. This is kind of how I like to see it. And I actually just learned how to just share my audio, so that's really cool. Let me just make sure I do that right. Yes. So I don't even have to actually share my screen. I could just play it. So I'm going to play a little bit of this for
yeah,
you. And I just want you to think about that river flowing. So let's hear it. And just let me know if you can hear it.
yeah.
Good. So I'm just going to play a little bit for you. Um, could you imagine that at all?
You know what's weird? It definitely. I feel I could picture some kind of river flowing, but with that one, I don't picture a straight river.
Oh, sure. Like a
If like
river. Ooh,
it
yeah,
almost feels like a circle. Like it's just like going in like
good. Yeah, so maybe instead of it being like a gigantic river and the waves flowing, it's a small river and it's kind of going like,
yeah. Or it's like veering in some kind of
good,
way, or like almost like there's like hills in the river, like almost like in Mario Party. The
nice. Yes, very good. That's great imagery. Yeah, and I didn't even think of that. That's something that definitely makes sense to me too. So I'm glad you brought that up. So good. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. And I want you to think, and I'm going to show you the piece again, but I want you to focus on a different question now. So, can you pick the instrument group that has the most flowing motion to it? So, let's hear again and let's see. Am I still sharing my sound? Yes, I am. Let's see if you can pick out the instrument group that you think is the most moving. Motion, not like moving, like feeling wise. Like, okay, here we go. I'll just play the beginning again. So, what do you think? Were you able to?
well, definitely the higher part. I think were those violins doing the.
Yes, good
And
job.
then was there also a flute or
Good
something?
job. Yes, you are correct. So in the beginning, it's the strings, and then the second time it's played around, a little woodwind comes in. But overall, it's that uh, continuous da 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 da,
Hmm.
da, right? And of course, that's it's up to you. It's your opinion, but I felt that same way. That I think that the strings, that higher part, is the flowing motion. that we feel. Now,
Hmm.
let's think one more question. Does this motion move at all, up and down? So we already talked about how it moves in a circular motion, but does it move circularly? Is that a word? Circular? Uh,
You could
like
just say circular. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
in circles up and down, or is it just circles in a straight line? What do
I feel like maybe a bit like up and down.
you
I
good?
feel like it would be like kind of
Yeah.
like going down, or just like kind of whatever at whatever rate. I don't feel it ever going up like
Two.
super high, but
Yeah,
like
well, because
two.
it's very subtle.
Yeah,
It is very
and
subtle.
then I feel it come back down. Yeah,
Good, yeah. So that to me that can show us the dynamics and the melodic contour because as that's rising, the pitches are rising, da 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 da. It's rising up in pitch and it
yeah,
also rises up in dynamics. So
yeah.
while it's moving this way, it's also moving um in a bigger line too. It's like small circles in a big line. So, very good. Now I want to listen to that little section one more time, and I want you to just think of maybe a story that you can hear in this piece, or an image or any kind of setting that you can see when you listen to this. So once again, let me play that little section from the beginning. And I know you know this piece, and you know it repeats a lot, so I'm not going to make you listen to the whole thing because it's a lot of the same stuff. So here we go. Okay. I hate to stop it there because I love that part where it goes da da da.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Gorgeous. So, but we'll listen to more of it later. But did you have any kind of image or story that you can share with me? And it's okay if you don't. Or a feeling that you felt when you heard it, or even something that reminds you, because I know you've also played this piece, you know.
I'm trying to think of how to word it. It's like it's almost like in my mind, like I'm also seeing the circles, but I'm also seeing like kind of like it, like almost like going up, like actually, like literally like stairs, like steps, because it's
Oh,
kind of
sure.
stepwise. And
Sure.
then there's that one part it goes. It's like very scale
Yeah.
like kind
Yeah.
of based, and then at the end of that, the end of the second kind of thing, it like does the
Yeah.
and like kind of does some leaps. It's almost like when I was a kid and I would like go up like 2, 3 stairs at a time or something. Like
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess that's or just something. I just said it almost like I don't think you've ever played the game Skyrim,
I
but
do.
there's like but like it'll show like these constellations and stuff and like highlighted and like kind of like a line. It just made me see like kind of bouncing off of like each thing,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
almost like a yeah, like a video game, like a music video. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I kind of just see because of how stepwise it is in the beginning, and then it kind of goes to the leaps and stuff.
Good. No, and I agree with that. And as you were speaking that, I had another image of what this kind of reminded me of. It kind of reminded me of like a person skipping. When
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
stairs, I said, "Oh wow, yeah, I can see that too." Definitely.
I see it now.
Yeah. So yeah, it kind of like I built that off of what you thought, and that's cool. Good. So, and that's fun. We can do that with all music. So always feel free to just close your eyes when you listen to music and think about
Hmm.
what it brings you. Does it bring you a certain emotion? Does it bring you an image? Does it remind you of something? I know certain songs remind me of certain people, um,
Hmm.
and it's just great what it can do for us. So, good. Now let's move, let's keep our thoughts, with us. Any ideas you have or any ideas that come up. But now let's add some motions to it. Let's do as we said before. We're making like small circles with our fingers. So
Well,
what I Huh?
I was gonna say almost like when I like think about the song too, I almost feel my head going like,
Yeah, me too. I
yeah, yeah,
agree.
but
Me too.
not going like this, but like,
Yeah.
like almost, but like I actually kind of could feel it, like I don't know why. Anytime I think of like kind of like a circular motion, it makes me think of Schubert. I don't know why.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
just
Great.
he's just one of those composers that always I feel like I'm being pulled in like a specific direction.
I
I don't
agree.
know. I mean, I know that's not he's not the only one that does that, but like,
But that's
I guess
important
that's what it
to you.
brings to mind. Yeah,
That's important to you, and whatever it reminds you of is what it reminds you of. You know, if it
yeah,
reminds you of Schubert, it reminds you of Schubert. So,
yeah.
great connection.
Not
Um,
the piece itself, but like kind of whenever I feel that
yeah,
emotion, that's just what it makes me
yeah. But that motion came from that piece, is what I'm saying. Like that
think.
that connection was tied that way.
Yeah, yeah.
So good. Um, Great. So now I am going to demonstrate first what um, motions that I feel with little circles, and I am not only going to do circles, but I'm also going to rise when I feel the melody rising and the dynamics.
Okay.
So let me show you first. Okay, yeah, I'm still sharing sound. I keep forgetting if I'm not. Uh, I just gotta make sure I put the music away so you can see me. Um, oh, I can make this smaller. Oh, okay, good. Just 1 second. Let me start over. Okay, so I'm gonna click it and then I'm gonna start moving. So that's how I see it, and I was doing it in a line and then I realized that was out of the video.
I,
So.
also, I don't think yours was lining up with how I heard it.
Oh no, is Zoom not?
Yeah, but I knew I was able to notice that, so I think
Oh.
I know I knew what was going on.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, is it like lagging and then it looks like I'm like, okay, that's right though. Um,
Yeah,
so, mm, well, it's okay if it doesn't look right on my side. I still trust that you're doing the motions that you feel. So I want
I
you to.
was able to know. I knew
Okay.
where you were. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. And after I realized that I can't really do it in this line because I'll follow it, I kind of just went up in a smaller line.
yeah.
So if you want to do that, that's a good idea. So now let's see if you can try this. And like I said, so I'm gonna let you do this. I'm not gonna um, interrupt with my motions, but
Yeah, and you'll see how the lag
yeah, I know
too.
I'll see what you're talking about. But I trust that you're doing what you want. So okay. So and use that circular motion that I was just showing. Um, when you think the melody's rising, you rise. When you think it's falling, you fall. Okay. So let me start it for you.
I started a little late. Can we try it one
Yeah,
more time?
it's okay. I actually saw like the lagging, so it's okay. I'll start again. Ready?
Mm.
Okay, great. Yeah,
I also felt as it got louder, I kind of did bigger circles or more
good.
intense kind of stuff.
Oh, very good. I didn't even think of that. Good for you. Nice. I like that you constructed your own ideas. So good for you. I did see the lagging. It was funny because
Yeah, but you're probably able to tell which was which though.
I saw you do a huge circle after I heard it, and I was like, "Oh, I see. It's like a beat."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but that's okay. I know you understand. I know you get it. And it's more about you feeling it and you making your own ideas. So
yeah.
good. Um, Now, let's look at the ideas that we just took, but let's see what a map can do for us. So, can I ask you the question, what does a map do?
Tells us where things are.
Good. Yeah. So, if we have, a map on our phone, hey, when we drove up to Potsdam, I would not have been able to get here without a map. Um, right? So, it
It's like a path. It shows you the path, basically.
good, exactly. It shows you the path. So we are going to look at a map that explains the music that we listen to. Um, and I'm hoping that you can identify some important ideas from this map. So I'm first going to show you the map. I'm not going to give you anything away. I'm just going to show you the map. And let me stop share with audio so I can share the whole screen. I'm going to show you the map, and I want you to think of what this
I'm
makes
the
you
map.
feel.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Yes, from Dora, of course. I need to share. Oh, wait, let me. Sorry, I forgot I have to do this first and then this. I have like 100 screens up, so. Okay, here it is. Okay, so you can see this, right? Can I make this bigger? Well, I have to get the music on first, though. I'll do this. Oh, too big. Sorry. So we only are going to listen to like the very beginning. Actually, maybe we can go on a little.
Just leave it like that. That's fine.
Oh, this is fine? Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
We actually might go on a little more, but let's listen. Oh wait, did I share my audio? I don't know if I did. I have to do this again. I'm so
It
sorry.
doesn't say. No. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Um. Wait. Just share your screen and then also click to share audio.
Yeah, I clicked it now. Share sound. I don't think I did before though. So you are sharing. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, so let's give it a listen again.
Sure.
Oops. Oh wait. Oh, this thing is in the way now. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll stop there. So we just reached up to here.
Hmm.
Because it repeated once, and then we had this little mini section, and then we had this, but we just did one repeat of this, so we got up to here. What did you see? What did you feel? Anything you noticed? Can you identify any?
Um. I noticed it was pretty. I guess easy to follow. Like it made a lot of sense. Like the big circle was like when it got higher or maybe when it got louder. Yeah, I was able to kind of just follow it. You saw I was going like this, but
Very good.
I was able to follow it. At first, I thought that where it said the harp, I thought those were rests for a second.
Oh no.
But
Yeah.
now I see what you were doing now, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I found to it pretty straightforward. Like it's almost more or less how I would have imagined it. Like I maybe didn't imagine it as like a bunch of like cursive O's or
Yeah.
something, but or L, yeah, but no L's. I mean, but
Yes.
not insulting you, but
Oh no, it's fine.
um, but but yeah, like more or less how I would have probably seen it. Yeah, like it's pretty spot on.
Good. So we can see the connection. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
So we can see the connection between the motions we were just doing with this part, right?
Yeah.
And that shows us the direction of the melody, which is called melodic contour. That's when the
Hmm.
melody is rising or falling in pitch. And that also kind of ties into dynamics because in this piece, we kind of get the advantage of having uh, the melodic contour the same with the dynamics. So what Bach did is he had the pitch go up with the dynamics. In at least in this part, there's some parts where that,
Hmm.
but in this part it does show the same thing. So now I want to talk about a different part. So we mainly talked about melodic contour, but let's just touch upon one other aspect because as you can see, there's a lot of things we can pick out from this map. You know, we
Hmm.
touch upon so many things, but I just want to touch upon one more thing. So, what I want you to do is notice the layers. And when we have layers in music, it's called texture. And what that means is that we have, you know, how you said before, some parts, you know, in the beginning there was the strings, but then the flute came in. So, what Bach did,
Hmm.
he layered an instrument, he put it on top of it, or put it with it, I guess I should say. And that's called texture. So,
Hmm.
I want to, what's it called? I want to see if you can point that out. So, perfect example, you'll notice when the woodwinds come in with this new melody, da 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 da. You'll see this line, but underneath you'll hear because that eighth note melody never stops throughout the whole piece. It continuously goes. It gets masked. I can never say that word for some
Hmm.
reason. And that's when
No, you're wrong.
yeah, that's when other instruments or timbres take over and you can't really hear it that much, but it's always still there. I promise you, because I'm actually playing this in orchestra right now. And we always have that melody. So you'll hear that. You'll also hear the brass going, uh, that's too low for me. Da 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 da. You see how that
Hmm. Hmm.
lines up with that. So I just want you to pick out one part that you see and hear. So I'm not telling you to listen to the woodwinds and the brass and the bass. You know, that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can only focus on one thing at a time. So I want you to listen again, and especially when we get to measure 9, that's what this number is. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but when you hear the woodwinds come in with that, I want you to focus on this area and tell me if you can see new texture. So obviously you can see the visual that we have here, but I want you to hear it and tell me one instrument that you hear. So let me go backwards again, and here we go. Okay, yes. I just love this arrangement of this one
Yeah,
because
me too. Yeah.
there's a lot of arrangements with just strings, but this includes full orchestra, and it's just so gorgeous. But so
Yeah.
tell me what you thought. Anything about texture? Any points? I know you can't actually point to where it is, but you can kind of describe uh, what you heard, especially in that second part from measure 9 on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I started. I saw um around measure. I think it. I mean, measure 9. I definitely saw, but I think also measure 12.
Yeah.
I also noticed because it went back to the
Yes.
main like melody, but then I also started to hear that um woodwind come in
Yes.
along with
Here.
it, and I
Here.
started to see how they kind of clashed. I
Yeah.
guess like for me personally, now this may not be. I feel like if they were like kind of like intersplicing, or I don't think that's the right way to say it,
Maybe like
but
interconnected or
um
something, or
Yeah, like I feel like I guess like how I would see them is like them kind of like both in a circle together, like two, but maybe because they're
Oh,
so
yeah,
different.
sure.
But
So,
at the same time, but the woodwind is very different from the. It's not the same part, so maybe I wouldn't do that. I
yeah.
don't know.
So I actually agree with you, and I'll explain why I wrote it this way. So I could have just written the da in this. Like I could have written that da 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 da. I could have traced over this. But in my
Hmm.
opinion, I thought both lines were so important that I wanted to show them. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're a
so
little different too. They're
especially at that point, I think that both lines are so important. But
yeah.
that
If it was like a harmony or something, then that's different. But yeah, yeah,
but um I felt the same way. I heard the most change in texture in this area. I could hear
yeah.
all at the same time. I can hear the strings, the woodwinds, and the brass and bass doing the da
It
da
seems like the most going on.
da. Yeah, so and that's a great point to show. Oh, where's the texture changing? Because right here, you have a lot of texture, but it very much comes in with a lot of things going on right here. So, good. Um, And like I said, like the map can show us a lot of things. I'm just gonna stop share for one moment. Um, so I think that's all I have for us. So just to kind of briefly summarize what we did so you can take this into other pieces that you hear, because what I want you to do throughout your day is to um, the music that you hear. It could be music that you walk past your TV and it's on, or music that you listen to, or music that's in shows that you watch. I want you to think about like what is the melodic contour doing, or what is the direction of the melody doing, and you can think of these. When you create a listening map, it's in your head first. You have to see something first, right? So you can create
Hmm.
that listening map in your head. It doesn't have to be so serious, like, oh, I need to write this down so specifically. No, this is for fun. So, but you can start constructing those ideas in your head, and I think it would be really good for you. So, like I said, we worked a lot on melodic contour, touched upon dynamics because it was so good with this piece. Remember the dynamics rose as the melody rose. So we touched on those things together, and we also touched a little on texture. And can you tell me what texture is? I already told you what a lot of contour is.
I don't know how to word, but basically the I should know how to word this because but
It's okay.
uh
Do you remember the word I used to describe texture? It starts
like
with an L.
layers.
Layering. Good. So,
Yeah.
that's a very important word just to remember. That's the best way I think to explain it. So, uh, layering, when you add more instruments. So
Hmm.
you start off with just a violin, and then you add a trumpet, and then you add something like that, and the layers become bigger. So, do you have any questions or thoughts that you need to share?
Uh, none that I could think of, but
Okay,
I thought
great.
this was really cool.
Good. I'm glad. I hope you can take it into other music that you listen to.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's something I always kind of did. Like I guess you just never. Yeah,
Good for you. Well, thank you for doing this. I had a lot of fun.
you too.
Alrighty. I'll talk to you later. Bye.